Hello, everyone. Thank you for MC's introduction. Last week, we talked about men's skincare. And this week, it's our ladies' turn. Okay, the topic I prepared for today is dedicated to our young ladies, those in their 20s and 30s. Of course, today's content is also applicable to all females, but just wanted to dedicate the content to ladies in their 20s and 30s as a reminder to take care of their own body. Now, let us look at the very first question. What are the health concerns of women? When it comes to ladies, it always has something to do with the female reproductive systems, like our ovaries and uterus. Some things that males would never be able to understand. Okay, let us look at the first concern, which is our menstrual cycle. There are already many problems just solely looking at the menstrual cycle. The first one is irregular menstrual cycle. Irregular menstrual cycle is starting from the first day of our menstruation to the first day of the next round of our menstruation. So this first day to the last day is count as a complete cycle, like one complete cycle. And in normal circumstances, it should be from 21 to 35 days. These are considered normal. If it's too short or too long, perhaps more than 35 days or even 1 to 2 months without any menstruation, well, for this is considered as an irregular cycle and it is abnormal. The second is menstrual pain. Among my friends, there will be 9 out of 10 of them that would have menstrual pain. And with that, many will probably think that cramps are very normal. However, if your body is in a healthy state, the cramps shouldn't be too excessive that it becomes a burden. So it shouldn't be too extreme. So for instance, some abnormal situations would be that besides menstrual pain, where you feel like your lower belly is cramping, maybe your pelvis also hurts. And those who have it bad might even have diarrhea, vomiting, and nauseous. So actually, this is all due to our hormones. Our body is suddenly experiencing hormonal changes and imbalanced hormones. For the third one, it is abnormal amount of period blood. Whether if it's too little or too much, we consider it as what we consider as normal. So usually we would have more flow during the first 3 days of menstruation, right? But no matter how heavy it is, if your menstrual pad is always full for the whole menstruation period, this means that you're having heavy flow. If you have more than 10 padfuls of heavy flow, this means that you are having heavy period flow. Okay, more than 10 pad. So, okay, then how little is too little? Perhaps your flow is less than 5 milliliters. This is considered too little. I've once heard that there was this person, she only needed to change her pad once for the first 3 days of her period, and her pad wasn't even full. There was only like a little. So these are considered abnormal amount of period blood. Having a normal flow also delivers certain message to us. Perhaps your body is too cold, a deficiency of vital energy and blood, as of how traditional Chinese medicine would put it. Okay, having heavy flow is also a problem where you might have anemia and you might feel dizzy as you're losing too much blood. The last one is abnormal menstrual period. Abnormal menstrual period is where you only have period for a few days or for too many days. In traditional Chinese medicine, the ideal is to have 7 days in total, which is the best and the healthiest. Actually, anywhere between 3 to 7 days is acceptable. Perhaps you only have your period for 2 days and then you're done. This means that your body isn't well. Perhaps your body is too cold or have weak vital energy and blood. And If you have any of these problems above, do not normalize it, as it is not normal. And many young females might not have much understanding of this and wouldn't pay much attention to it. But actually, we should learn about it when we're young, as these are all signs to let us know that it's time for us to tune our body. The second concern is, besides menstrual cycle, skin is another thing that affects females a lot, as we all want to be pretty, right? Okay, skin problems does not only affect females. Males might also have issues with their confidence, socialization, and etc. due to their skin problems. Therefore, females of the younger generation would be more aware of their skin problems like acne, pimples, blackheads. And as young females like to stay up late, dark eye circles are also a problem. Besides staying up late, another thing that would also cause dark eye circles is having nose allergies. If you pay attention to those with nose allergies, you'll notice that they tend to have severe dark eye circles. Another is anemia, which also causes dark circles. As you can see, pimples and anemia is related with our menstrual cycle. If you're having a dull complexion, poor blood circulation, all these will cause dark eye circles. As for menstrual cycle, if your hormones are imbalanced, you might also get acne easily. Another thing is that young ladies often have sensitive skin. Some would have less sensitive skin as they grow older, as their skin has become more stabilized. However, as for the others, their sensitive skin are always with them, so they can't randomly purchase and try out skincare, as this might induce some unstoppable problems. The fourth one is dull skin. Dull skin is a problem that those who are older would be more worried about. However, there are some who looks lifeless, don't have much energy, and their skin just looks not right. So this is because of dull skin and because they have imbalanced pigmentation. For some people, they don't have distinct features, but when they have bright and glowing skin, they somehow radiate certain charisma. Therefore, dull skin affects female skin as a whole. As for wrinkles, why didn't I state it here? This is because I'm aiming at younger females. Okay, as for females, it would only start getting more noticeable after you are 30 years old. Or maybe for more mature ladies, you might still be having the problems mentioned earlier, and maybe your problems are accumulating. Now, let us have a look. If you notice that you have the symptoms mentioned above, especially if you're still young, please do not ignore those physical symptoms, because they're actually communicating with your body, with you. Whether you are young or older, you still need to do some conditioning and condition your health. So of course, we can do this through our daily lifestyle and our dietary habits. This conditioning takes time, as they are not medications, so it would take some time. Moving on, I would like to kindly remind all females that from now on, no matter how old you are, of course, the younger you are, the better, but the things you do now is actually the best gift for your present and future self. It's the best gift for your future self if you start taking care of yourself and your health early. The first thing that we should cut down on is to drink less cold and sweet beverages, or those that are high in saturated fats, such as those with cream or ice cream. For instance, the frappuccinos we get from Starbucks contains many sugar and fats, and it's cold, which would affect our skin. And because excessive sugar intake would cause rapid skin degeneration, and some might also get acne breakout more easily. As for menstrual cycle, cold foods would affect our period and flow. Perhaps personally, we have poor blood circulation, so we might also get blood clots. These problems should be paid attention to in aspect of our diet. Second is rest. we need to have enough rest. Everyone would always say to have a beauty sleep, right? Well, actually, that saying has been justified. If you have enough rest, your cell renewal and repair would be better. The dark circles we mentioned earlier, weak immunity, and imbalanced hormones also has to do with having a stressful lifestyle. And not having enough rest also has its influence on them. Okay, everyone knows about this, yet they do not put them into action. The third one is that we should move around more, which means to do more exercises. The exercises don't have to be done in a gym, but we should at least do some basic ones like stretching regularly. Why? This is because stretching can stimulate our blood circulation and our lymph flows. All these have to do with our metabolism and detoxification, especially when females work in air-conditioned room and is always sitting down. So if you don't do some stretches, it would affect our blood circulation and our complexion. So we should start moving our body. The fourth one is a balanced diet, which is what everyone knows. While we're at complexion and our menstruation, we need to replenish on calcium. Ladies might not eat as much meat as guys. As we're losing blood every month, we're also losing calcium, and that is why we need to replenish on foods rich in calcium. Besides red meat, green veggies also contains many calcium. At the same time, we should also replenish on vitamin C to allow better absorption for calcium. Next is our skincare steps, which is to simplify our skincare steps. Simplify doesn't mean to do it carelessly. Simplification is to do it right and to do it regularly with consistency. With that, our skincare will be more effective. If circumstances allow, it is best to reduce on heavy makeup, especially for those who get acne often. And you probably want to use makeup to cover it. Actually, you should let your skin rest. So some simple skincare includes cleansing your face, moisturize, and apply sunscreen appropriately so as to protect our skin, allowing our skin structures to maintain deep hydration. With that, your wrinkles and skin's defense mechanism would be good, and hence reduce various skin problems. Lastly, everyone is probably seeking supplements to help regulate our body and hormones, and even to make our skin more beautiful. Of course, appropriately seeking for these supplements is all right. It's just that you have to understand the product before using it, like what benefits it would bring, why you need them, and the right methods to use it. With that, we can get twice the result with half the effort. As young females, we might not know why or when we should condition our body, or maybe if certain products are suitable for young females to consume. Okay, let us first look at the first product, which is LD Venus. LD Venus aims to care for our uterus. Once females are going through puberty and started having menstruation, they can start conditioning through LD Venus. Actually, those who just entered the puberty age usually wouldn't have much menstruation problems. They wouldn't have cramps too. But through lifestyle habits and when they enter the society to start working, or maybe when they leave home for college and they don't know how to take care of themselves, these problems would start to surface. Therefore, it is best to start taking care early. Young ladies going through puberty can consume LD Venus to replenish blood and oxygen, prevent blood deficiency, and improve irregular menstruation. As for women in maturity stage, they will start having problems I mentioned earlier, where they will start being very busy, and as they start to age, they will have blood clots, white discharge, and perhaps even difficulty to conceive. This is mainly due to poor blood circulation and endocrine disorders. Therefore, LD Venus can promote blood circulation and care for the uterus. For postnatal care, women also need to discharge lochia, discharge blood clots, nourish blood and vital energy, and to prevent uterine prolapse. So LD Venus is also suitable to be consumed as a postpartum restorative tonic. Lastly, we have women in their menopause stage. During menopause, it's not just about degeneration. There are also many other symptoms such as mood swings, heatiness, insomnia, vaginal dryness, uterine prolapse, and etc. During this stage, women can also use LD Venus to improve their spleen and stomach chi deficiency. From a Western medicine perspective, we are actually regulating our hormones and endocrine. But from a Chinese medicine perspective, there's no endocrine. Instead, they focus on females' reproductive organs and systems, which is to condition our spleen and stomach. This is why we often hear about some tonic for spleen and stomach, as this is for menstruation and reproductive organs. Now, let us have a look at the components LD Venus contains and how it is able to obtain the problems mentioned earlier, and whether if it's suitable for females at different age stages. First off, let's look at its components. It is a combination of 6 different types of herbs, namely dangui, dangshen, danshen, bajiangcao, yimutao, and huangqi. This combination is actually formulated according to the wisdom of Chinese medicine. And as it is a natural herbal medicine, it does not use any hormones to affect the hormones in your body. And there are also no chemical components. Of course, this formulation is based on the findings of clinical studies. Before we have a look at the findings, let's look at this formulation and what are the effects of its herbs. So, dangui, also known as angelica, and yi mutao, also known as motherwort, aims to promote blood circulation, which can help regulate our menstrual cycle and ensure that it won't become irregular. With its effect on regulating our menstruation, in the perspective of Western medicine, it is actually helping us regulate our endocrine system. So these two can also help us relieve menstrual pain and promote our uterine contraction, which is very important, especially for women after giving birth. As for dangshen, it is also known as codonopsis, and it is used to replenish on our vital energy and qi. The vital energy in our spleen and stomach, and regulating the problem of spleen and stomach qi deficiency. It can also promote digestion and promote our production of red blood cells, which is suitable for postpartum nourishing and conditioning. Okay, every month we have menstruation, right? So we also need to replenish on blood. Actually, if we don't take care of our diet properly, we might need more conditioning in this aspect. And as for danshen, also known as salvia, it is used to help discharge blood clots. Sometimes when we have menstruation, we would see blood clots, and menstruation cramps would hurt a lot. So this is also a sign where your body is too cold and blood circulation isn't good. And as for that, salvia can help relieve menstrual pain in this regard. As for bajiangcao, it helps us to detoxify the heatiness in our body. It can also promote blood circulation and reduce problems such as blood clots. As for huangqi, also known as astragalus, it is mainly to prevent uterine prolapse and anything that has to do with the repair and contraction of our uterus. Of course, the effects of these herbs has been proven. LD Venus is not herbs that you have to cook yourself. As you can see from this picture, it is a ready-to-drink hygienically packaged product, so you don't need to simmer or heat it up. It is already prepared, cooked, and packaged in this portable small glass bottle, and it's convenient for you to carry out even when you go on business trips. So it is truly very convenient in terms of usage. Pregnant women should not consume it, and those who are currently having their menstruation should not use it as well, because for these kind of supplements, you need to wait till you're done with your menstrual period or after giving birth before consuming it. And as for after giving birth, you can consume it immediately. As for menstruation, you need to wait till your menstrual period is done for 2 to 3 days before replenishing on it. So these are the right usage methods. Let's take a look at some of the facts from clinical studies on this formulation. There are 4 main functions. The first one is to restore overall uterine functions and to speed up the recovery of our uterus and ovaries. This is not only important for after labor. Actually, the wall of our uterus would peel off every month, and hence why we have menstrual onset. Before we have menstrual onset, we first need to ovulate our ovaries. Menstruation only occurs when there is ovulation. No ovulation means no menstruation. And when there's no ovulation, you will not be able to get pregnant. This is why women who want to conceive should first regulate your ovaries and uterus. This is very, very important. The second effect is that it can promote the blood circulation of the uterus and increase vital energy. Blood circulation as a whole and not just in the uterus. So when you have good blood circulation, you will have more vital energy and better complexion. So this is the effects of the herbs mentioned earlier where they can promote blood circulation. The third is mainly focusing on women in postpartum. It is found that supplementing on LD venus can increase the red blood cells and hemoglobin in the body after delivery. A lot of blood is lost during childbirth. Therefore, it is necessary to replenish our blood after childbirth. So it was proven that it can effectively improve the red blood cells and hemoglobin levels in the body. The last one is that this formula can also improve the lack of energy, like for those who are often tired and feel as if they don't have enough energy, as well as anemia and yin deficiency. Yin deficiency includes when we sweat easily or maybe feels as if the throat and mouth is dry all the time. So this is a state of yin deficiency. And therefore, this formula is helpful in this regard. Now, let us move on to skin problems. Earlier, we talked about menstruation, right? Now, the second one is skin. When would our skin start showing signs of aging? According to experts, they believe that skin aging begins around the age of 25. Aging is when our body is no longer able to produce collagen quickly, and so our skin starts to sag. And this usually begins when we are 25. However, the early signs of aging reflect more at age 30. So today, I want to remind young ladies that the younger you start to maintain, the better you can delay skin aging. When it comes to promoting skin health and the production of collagen, actually, it's not just about collagen supplementation. Because the problem is that your skin is aging. So when your skin is aging, you're unable to produce collagen. It's not just collagen production. You also have to produce new skin cells to replace the old ones so that the skin will look youthful. If you're unable to renew your cells, they will look old. So the question here is not to say that you should start supplementing collagen when you're young, but to ensure that your stem cells can be very healthy. What is the role of stem cells? It's meant to be the originator of all cells. They are the first. So the function of stem cells is that they can continuously divide into new daughter cells and new cells. These daughter cells will differentiate into different and more specific cells in different places. And in our skin, these daughter cells will become skin cells. With that, if you want your skin to be healthy, it needs to have new skin cells. And these new cells comes from stem cells. So aging process occurs as stem cells are also aging. Efficiency becomes lower, and hence the production and renewal of skin cells becomes slower as well, and as well as the repairing. That signs of skin aging becomes more noticeable. To get to the bottom of it, we need to start by promoting stem cell renewal. All right, how do we promote stem cell renewal through supplements like L-Merino Young? Let's take a look at its 4 main components. The first component is pomegranate fruit extract. It is extracted from pomegranate fruits, and they are extraction from fruits, and it is called viquatanate. It mainly serves as a great antioxidant. Pomegranate are good antioxidants. So thanks to these extracts, its antioxidant ability can protect our skin from damage. At the same time, it also has another function, which is anti-hyaluronidase. Hyaluronidase is an enzyme that breaks down proteins. So if the enzyme is very active, it will be able to break down a lot of collagen, right? So if it breaks down a lot, it means that we're losing it quickly. And to lose quickly means that our skin would age more and more and have less and less elasticity and hydration. Over here, viquatanate can block the enzyme activity and prevent it from being too active so that our skin can retain more collagen. And when our collagen has a good structure, it would retain more hydration and can balance the hydrolipid of our skin. And when you have a good ratio of hydrolipid, your skin wouldn't be too oily or dry. And with that, skin's protective ability becomes better and we will be able to smooth and reduce wrinkles. Viquatanate has another important thing, which is that they are sealed in this nano capsule through a special technology. And nano means that it's very small. So it is sealed in this nano capsule, and on the outer layer of the capsule, there is a layer of phospholipids. Actually, it seals them in there so as to protect it from the damage that stomach acid would bring. And the layer applied on the outer layer is to allow better absorption. With that, the effective components on the inside will be able to achieve its best effect. And this technology is known as ADS, Advanced Delivery System, and it allows better absorption and allow viquatanate to perform at its best and to not be absorbed only after it gets damaged, as the effect wouldn't be as good. The second one is BCENTA. BCENTA are stem cells, plant stem cells extracted from pomegranate flowers. They are the stem cells in pomegranate flowers. So stem cells are self-renewal, right? So how will it help us after it enters our body? According to this research, it uses BCENTA, placenta from animals, and placebo. And they made comparisons between these 3 groups. And results showed that BCENTA can better reduce skin wrinkles depth, improve skin elasticity, and maintain hydration. So as you can see, the red bar represents BCENTA. How did we come to achieve such effects? So actually, after consuming it, BCENTA can effectively promote the function of stem cells, including the self-renewal of stem cells. With that, it can help with skin's ability to repair. And actually, stem cells renewal means that more new cells needs to be made. And the process of making new cells actually depends on our DNA, because DNA is like an instruction manual for our body. If you want to make something new, you need to follow DNA's instructions. Therefore, our DNA must be healthy and not damaged. With that, the cells and substances we make will be beautiful and perfect. BCENTA also has the function to protect DNA from damage. Research also found that it can promote the self-renewal ability of stem cells, and its activity is better. With that, it can reduce skin wrinkles depth, maintain deep hydration, and have better skin elasticity. The third one is ROC, red-orange complex. Of course, the extraction is different from the red-orange juice you drink. The extraction it has is that it only extracts certain active substances. So this ROC has 3 times higher antioxidant capacity as compared to the ordinary red-orange extracts. Antioxidation is to protect our skin from the damage of free radicals. And as long as free radicals are neutralized, the symptoms of inflammation will be reduced. So ROC was also found to reduce the level of inflammatory factors in the body. Inflammatory factors are some substances that we can use to detect whether the body is inflamed. So if you consume it, it can reduce the production of these substances. Lastly, it can also boost our skin cell proliferation. And these are 2 types of skin cells, fibroblast and keratinocyte. Both fibroblasts and keratinocytes have different functions. Among them, keratinocytes can form a protective layer because it is the outermost layer. If your skin has sensitive problems and is easily infected, it may be that the protective ability of the outer layer of your skin is not good enough. So make sure your stratum corneum is healthy so that it can reduce many skin problems. The last one is collective. Collective is a combination of hydrolyzed marine collagen and elastin peptides. These are mainly to give our skin structure the materials it needs to make collagen and elastin. These structures are very important because if the structure has a good foundation, your skin will be able to lock in moisture and wouldn't be dehydrated. So good hydration will result in less wrinkles. Usually, those with dry skin will have more wrinkles. So be sure to improve the underlying structure of our skin so that we can maintain deep hydration. With that, our skin's ability to protect will also improve, and skin protective function is what I mentioned earlier, where it can resist harmful external factors, including bacterial infection, etc. So to sum up, these formulas can be combined to protect our skin from oxidation, promote the renewal of stem cells, the underlying structure of our skin. And the ingredients in it are all very particular as they come from all over the world. This is so to pursue the best and most effective ingredients. V-Quatanic and BCENTA comes from Spain, from this volcanic area, and they are planted through a biodynamic planting method so as to maintain the fertility of the soil there. The plants grown tends to have higher nutrient content, and pesticides are also not used in these fields. The ROC are from red-orange complex are from Italy and is also extracted from a unique place. The locally grown red oranges contains very high antioxidant capacity and can withstand harsh environments. So it has a really high self-protection ability. The last one is collective and is from France. This formula can achieve the benefits shown on the right. To sum up, I want to let both young and mature ladies know that we should not ignore certain physical symptoms. Sometimes the condition of your skin reflects the health of your body. The performance of your menstruation, its length, its cycle, its flow, and some other symptoms are all communicating with you, like its length, its cycle, its flow. And therefore, I hope that everyone can start having a healthy lifestyle, eating the right diet and supplements and products while you are young. You do not have to wait until the situation arises in order to do all these. So all right, see you guys next time. Bye.